before you start your evaluation, some subtopics, the effect on society overall, right? The reading says bad. The listening says good. And what are the examples that the reading says for the effect on society being negative? Influence, okay. Messages, okay. The effect on women's ideas about their bodies and being too thin, okay. And then the listening says that it can actually help society become stronger. How? That's the economy, but the society, talking about relationships maybe. Yeah, bringing your family together. Yeah, watching movies as a group, okay. Another subtopic is the economy, okay. And the examples in the reading, selling TVs. Remember the reading was, the reading was negative, sorry. So the economy, moving, immigration, and the listening, see, that's why you want to use those transitions to tell which source. And the listening saying, no, you have to sell TVs, you have to install cables, okay? So hopefully you got some of those subtopics as topics for your body paragraphs. I want you to look through now and mark on the blue sheet just the numbers that you feel. Based on looking back at the reading, listening to the listening again, and seeing how is your information. Do you use some detailed paraphrases to compare some points for the subtopics, and do you use summary in the introduction and conclusion to compare the overall ideas between the sources? Difference, but, however, on the other hand, yeah, okay. Okay, so because you're comparing, the whole point here is to see where they disagree. So you're looking at however, however works. So you're showing how the ideas don't agree with each other, how they have conflict. So you're using the words that would show difference. Exactly, when you move from one idea to another. So if you talk about, so imagine these two sentences. The reading, was the reading negative? Yeah. So the reading described how television can create economic problems, period. The listening described how television can benefit the economy. So I just have those two sentences separately with no transition to show how they relate. So if I say, the reading illustrates how television can hurt the economy, however, the listening showed that television can benefit the economy. Just that word, however, is saying, okay, the information in this sentence and the information in this sentence have a relationship, and the relationship is that there's a difference, that it's illustrating a difference. Okay. This one would be like emphasizing or repeating. That's not a comparison. Well, this one looks like, opinion, yeah. So, yeah, we want to avoid that. Uh-huh. No. Well, in this case, the conclusion sentence could just be explaining for this detail, like the economy, overall these two have completely opposite points of view about the economy. Mm-hmm. Well, however the reading says. I think it would be better if you had some kind of conclusion saying the reading and listening too abrupt to change from one to another. Yeah, because it ends with just what the reading says. What? So if you had one more sentence, and this is where we're talking about like the analysis here, wherever it is, here. Analysis would be like explaining, okay, the reading says this, but the listening says this. Therefore, we can see that they understand the economic effects in complete opposite ways, right?
It's necessary that each paragraph include both because my organization
body-
was different.
yeah.
Because one is for listening,
I know,
and
I
then
know.
for PS,
But
so I don't know.
But the organization that they really want for this is both in one paragraph, organizing by subtopic. So saying, okay, they both talk about economy, so I'm going to use that as a subtopic.
But I use in the introduction, the introduction and the conclusion, I shown
Both overall,
separate.
but in the body paragraphs, instead of going all through the reading and then all through the listening, you're taking a specific point from the reading and a specific point from the listening and looking at it in the same paragraph, though.
In the same
Yeah.
paragraph.
Yeah. So if your paragraphs, if this one went for the, is this the listening, the reading?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reading talks about how it influences society and economy. And then maybe the same thing, society and economy. Instead of doing that, you'd have a society paragraph that talked about reading and listening and an economy paragraph that talked about reading and listening both.
Okay.
So that's going to be a major...
Yeah, what happened, for example, I finish with my opinion about it's okay or it's
Although the
or you
sources
can-
disagree, it's worthy considering the TV office.
because or here is
Yeah,
not
I mean, this is a little bit of opinion, but really you're just summarizing again. It's worthy considering that they offer you negative or positive aspects and negative aspects to avoid. This again is your opinion. You have to be a critical spectator. That's not so much opinion that, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not necessary. Because again, what we talked about last week is what we're evaluating here is how do you read, how do you listen, and then how do you give that information again in writing, not how do you write your opinion. Okay.
Is that necessary that we have a conclusion?
Paragraph? Yeah, you should try. Okay. Yeah, yeah, but it's just a lot more like focused. Where in our 5 paragraph essays in the past, we've had a lot of our own opinion and like the hook and in the introduction. But these ones, we have the 5 paragraphs, but they're much, much more focused. Okay. Okay. Let's hand that in. I want both. I want both the blue and the white. I want your essay back again, and then I want to see your evaluation. I'm going to look at these, and I'm going to give you more specific feedback than I did for the first one, because the first one, we really didn't know what we were doing, right? We were just trying to figure it out. This one, we knew more what we were doing, and so what I'm going to do is give you some more specific feedback for your individual essay, and also I'm going to tell you what grade you would receive if I were grading these unreal conditionals. If I were giving you a grade for this, I'm going to tell you what it would be. So I want you to understand that it's unreal. It's not a real grade. It's going to just give you an idea of where you stand, okay, as you go into next week. And I don't want you guys to feel overly stressed about these tests. They're just one part of your proficiency grade, right? They're just part of your proficiency grade. Your multi-draft essays make up a larger part, but they do influence your proficiency grade. So, okay. All right. We have one more thing to do, and that is to give me your second draft. I want you to highlight the changes that you made, the content changes. If you did grammar changes, you don't need to highlight every single one, but I want you to highlight the major changes. Just show me where they are. Yeah. Oh, and I have Moises, I have yours, and Ale's, and Viri's. Don't I have yours? No. Oh, Maritza. You guys wrote about the same topic. Or somebody did. Maybe it was Viri. Did you write about the new policy? Oh, that was Viri. Okay. Okay, so get out. If you have your first draft as well, I want that as well. If not, I'll just take the second draft, and I want you to just go through quickly and highlight, underline. Where did you make changes? Yeah.